Episode 235, Exercise, the 6-month challenge.
You're listening to the very best podcast in the world on health, wealth, and happiness. Please remember to leave a review and share with all your friends and family. And here is your host, Lars Hilser.
And we're finally closing a new weekend. If you were wondering why I sounded so retarded in the introduction, it is because I had a problem putting together the word the 6-month challenge. And I was just very blatantly laughing at myself. And in that sense, with a grain of self-humor, welcome to the very best podcast in the world, your only source in the universe for personal supremacy through health, wealth, and happiness. Now, why did I choose this episode today? Well, I don't know, to be perfectly blunt. I came across a large variety of, how to improve your life, yada, 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 how to become more efficient, how to become rich, how to become famous, from all of these wallet rapists. And one of the things that stood out, well, actually quite a few of the things that stood out, I kind of put together into no-nos that we're going to try to execute over the next 6 months and see and revisit after those 6 months. Well, actually, you will, if you want to participate in this exercise, to see how that has actually changed your mind. But before we get started, let's briefly get into the housekeeping majigger, which we do daily. Item number 1, sharing is caring, meaning that, this episode might be helpful to someone directly. Well, send it to them directly, and make them aware that, they could use a little change in their life and what that could entail. Perhaps they will, figure out 1 or 2 items and get those into their life to make it, to improve it, just like that. Generally, though, please share all of the episodes that you listen to. I hope you listen to all of them. I'm actually quite certain that you do. And that will have a positive effect in the way that was kind of announced to me a few weeks ago, actually 2, I think, 2 or 3 now, I don't know, where I got an email out of the blue from a random person saying, hey, thanks for the podcast. It changed my life. And that person came across one of our episodes because someone else had shared it. So, just randomly. And I found that, very motivating to keep going. And that's why I'm encouraging you to, make more use of the social sharing functions, which are out there everywhere, and just to keep the ball rolling. Item number 2, views are my own, as always, yada, yada, blah, blah, don't reflect any blah, whatever. The drill. Item number 3, as always, for the past couple of weeks, really been busy with remodeling, building, constructing, and whatever not. So the episodes are a bit shorter, a bit more condensed, a bit more down to the point, which may be pleasant for some of you out there in the podcast universe. Now that we've got that covered, the things that I'm going to go through are in part of my life. And that's why, I kind of reflected upon all of the stuff that I read and, put together specifically this list, which is the reason I will go into a little bit more detail, about why you should or should not, do or do not, whatever I'm just at that moment saying. But, let's get to the point. So, one of the things is to wake up before 8 a.m. Totally not my cup of tea. I'm going to be very blunt, hands down. I am not the early riser. In fact, I really enjoy watching the sunrise and going to bed when the sun comes up. I don't know. I'm probably disturbed in not only that way, but for a lot of people, the discipline, just merely the discipline of getting up at 8 or before 8, gets them into the mood, into the motivation of getting things done early in the morning. For me, that calm time is, after everybody has gone to bed, and in times of email and everything, there's no real need for me to do otherwise. But it is something you should include into your life if you're, still in the hamster wheel, getting things done, chugging away, hustling away. It's kind of important and adds to the discipline of the entire routine. That's why I put this onto position number 1. Next item is to drink only water for the next 6 months. And I think I'm stating the obvious here. Drinking alcohol, has very interesting effects. We just did that, we just had our Italian summer, despite the fact that it was the worst summer weather-wise we've had in many, many moons. But, we had a glass of wine and, occasionally a bottle and, over dinner. And it just led to me being tired. And I just went to bed, at 1 in the morning at the latest. Woke up at 9. I had too much sleep and was just groggy. I wasn't drunk or anything. It just made me friggin' tired. And I hate that. If I can't get things done during my prime time, which is nighttime, then, it doesn't really prove a point. It just doesn't get me anywhere. It makes me slow down. Yeah, it was relaxing, calming, soothing. The wine was damn good, but, the downsides clearly outweighed the upsides. So, we kind of got rid of that routine very quickly. We only got like 5 boxes, which were gone in a matter of 2 weeks or something. Because, friends over, 1 bottle of wine, 2, 3, 4, bedtime, get up in the morning. That kind of ordeal. But leave alcohol out of the equation for the next 6 months entirely. Next thing to really consider is anything soft drink related. You want to get that out of the picture because that sugar is just gonna have a negative effect on your body. I'm not talking about the occasional can of Coke that you may have because you just feel like it. It's just like this, replacing your regular intake of, strongly sugared beverages to, nearly zero can have a very positive effect on your health. So you may want to leave those away because it's just going to make you quicker, snappier. Just drinking water because you're not going to, you're just hydrating. You're not putting in any other negative substances that your body has to deal with, instead of giving you the energy to stay focused and so on and so forth. So that's that. Reading 15 pages a day. Now, over a matter of 10 days, that's 150 pages. 20 days is going to be 300 pages. That's a novel, 30 days, the drill. It goes on and on. And 15 pages a day is not that much, right? You can do that pretty quickly. And reading a book, whether it be a novel, to get your fantasy going, your creativity on track, learning and, learning to use new words and new orders, which I haven't done in a long time because I've been, in construction mode mainly. So you can't read books there. So, that's something which is just going to bring you forward intellectually. And that's going to have very, very, very interesting consequences. So reading 15 pages a day is one of the probably lesser challenges of this 6-month challenge. There we go. Now I got it. Work out 5 to 6 times per day. Now, I'm not going to talk about those routines that the filthy rich do, go to the gym 2 hours in the morning, 2 hours. No, getting yourself up and going in the morning by doing a bit of cardio is going to do the job. Now, if you want to focus entirely on the workout, that's perfectly fine. However, I recommend, just for the sake of efficiency or effectiveness, whatever, to, listen to your favorite podcast, your news show, to digest that, and to learn something maybe through a podcast that you're listening to. Or just simply catching up on a movie that you've been wanting to watch for a very long time, or a Netflix series. That's effective timing, and that's how you get shit done. And plus, if you watch a good war movie, on your ergometer or whatever cross trainer, boy, are you going to get motivated. Take it from me. Take risks. That's the next item. So the next 6 months are going to be about taking risks and, starting a side hustle. Let's combine those two, right? Get out of the comfort zone, get out of the 9-to-5 thinking. There's 3 times 8 hours a day. The first 8 hours, you're going to be busy working for somebody else. The next 8 hours, you're going to be sleeping. But the 8 hours that are left are going to be for a side hustle, to create a side income, whatever it may be. Do the research instead of binging Netflix. You can do that, while exercising in the morning or whatever, and there we go. Then this is going to wrap up the 6-month challenge. And those tasks included therein, are just going to be totally, totally, totally interesting, and probably most likely have significant results on your life. Now, you may want to keep track of what you're doing, how you're doing with them. So maybe in your calendar, you want to put like a list of all of these items, and see how disciplined you were, and how many of these items, rather, you actually got done. So in that sense, I hope you have a good weekend planning your next 6 months, because then shortly into the new year, your life should have significantly changed. And on New Year's, it should have changed that much that you can start into 2022, hopefully more energized. Is that a word? I don't know. More energetic. There we go. And much more disciplined and much more focused on the tasks at hand, because your body is going to be fitter, your mind is going to be more focused, and then 2022 is finally going to be that change that you've been looking for quite some time. So I'm going to leave you with a planning phase. If you have questions, as always, please email theverybestpodcastintheworld@gmail.com, and let me know how things are progressing down the line. And then we're going to be in touch on Monday. And until then, have a nice weekend, folks. Bye.